This one, okay. The first question regarding the judgment of the Court of Appeal. You are all aware that what the Federal High Court did, we went to the Federal High Court because of our fundamental right. The judge, in his own wisdom, believe he has the jurisdiction to address that issue. In his ruling, I'm still recapitulating my memory. He said, all the judgments, all the citations that they are referring on the issue of jurisdiction of the Federal High Court, they are referring to the case of Sarkin, in which the Supreme Court decided that any issue relating to chieftaincy issues, you have to go back to the State High Court. But our own issue and the issue of Sarkin is different. The judge went on in that his ruling to explain that. But since the Court of Appeal decides that the Federal High Court does not have the jurisdiction to entertain that case, there is nothing you can do than to appeal against their own judgment. I have already instructed my lawyers since Friday to get a certified copy, true copy of that judgment. And we appeal to the Supreme Court. And as you know, for any decision or judgment of a lower court or the Court of Appeal, once you appeal against that judgment, you stay everything until the final determination of the suit before the Supreme Court. So for me, I have said it when I came out of the court. I said I'm not satisfied with that decision of the Court of Appeal. And even in that decision, I was in the court. The judge that did the lead judgment, wrote the lead judgment, said, having seen all that has happened, he is of the view that they should transfer this case to the state chief judge for redirection to another court so that we can have fair hearing. They are not saying that they don't agree with us. All they are saying that they don't have that court doesn't have the jurisdiction. That's all. That's all they said. After he finished reading his judgment, the other two judges disagree with him. As you know, there are three. If two disagree, then they struck out the appeal. Because of that reason, I have to appeal against the decision of that court to the Supreme Court. Whatever the Supreme Court does, that's the final issue. Then we go back to the Almighty Allah. And like I've been saying, the case of His Royal Highness Mustafa Jokolo, the Emir of Ugandu, he initiated the fair hearing issue in the State High Court. This is almost 20 years. The case is not determined. Why? How? What is the problem? So nobody can celebrate victory on this issue because the case is still pending. I have appealed against that judgment. So I'm calling the good people of Kano State to be law-abiding. Especially you can see those people supporting the Emir of Kano. We don't carry any thugs. All the people you see around him are law-abiding citizens of Kano State. And appealing to the Commissioner of Police of Kano to stop the Emir of Kano, Aminu Sunusi, from engaging thugs, going around with them in the city of Kano. And also to the Inspector General of Police and to the DGSS. They should stop him. You have never seen the Emir of Kano moving with thugs. Why? Because the people like the Emir. And you cannot force an Emir on the people. Nobody, no governor can force the Emir on us. I'm a born bred of Kano. And I'm not scared of any human being born of a woman on this issue. I can go to any extent. That is the first question. The second question is the question of the State High Court. It is the state government, the Attorney General, and the Speaker of the Kano State House of Assembly that went to court after we got that order from the Court of Appeal. Gave it to a judge that will do their bidding. They went a declaration that that law has passed through due process, that we have been given fair hearing, and that the State House of Assembly has the right to amend law, which is true. They can amend laws. The governor can assent to any law. But any law that affects people, there are procedures, rules, which they have to follow, which they didn't. Public ferry is one of it. And if you can remember yourself, this same law was done during the former governor of Kano State, Ganduji. It was challenged before Justice Abba. And what happened to that law? You people know. So the governor didn't appeal against the judgment of Abba. He went back to the State Assembly. Look, let us follow the due process. Let us do public hearing. And then we make the law. We have the right to make the laws. The emir, the governor has the right to appoint the emir. He has the right to remove an emir. But he has to follow due process. He cannot just one day wake up and say, look, I remove this or I remove that. He doesn't have that right. Okay, well, in English, sorry. Nobody has the right to do anything. Nobody has the right to do anything that did not do due process. That's all. So that judgment of the State High Court has been set aside. The judges, all of them, unanimously agree that she does not follow due process. They have given us fair hearing. So let's come back for a retrial of that case. So we are waiting for the state chief judge to assign to any judge of their choice. We go and we know what we are going to do before him. If we agree with them, the next day we go back. And this is a procedure that can take as long as only God knows. And as regards to this, the third question,